So sir has been the initiator of the program. He was the first person in Eklavya program and I was the second one.
Every year in Vedantu we produce top 100 and this year also we have good students. So they want to try to know where they stand with our Eklavya batch students.
Anyone who says that okay, I'm ready to pay the full fee but let me join this batch. No, you are not allowed. You need to deserve that batch to be a part of that. So
Vikas sir, you don't have a lot of time. Hi Pasangla and parents. Today we have a very special guest. So in Vikas sir is the head of the Eklavya program. Every year Vedantu we produce ranks in top 100. This year we produced only rank 15 in JEE Advanced, Daksh. And the best part was he got full in maths. So such a high quality expert teacher team is the Eklavya set of teachers. I am head and Vikas sir, happy to have you here. And today I hope the students will enjoy and get to know a lot more about the Eklavya batch.
sir, thank you so much for having me here on this channel. And I hope that I am able to inform the students a lot about Eklavya and they are able to make use of the program.
Absolutely. So Eklavya and Vedantu are toppers batch students. And like I said, we produce very good ranks and we produce high quality training in the batch. And the full design Vikas sir da. And set of teachers, there are teachers who train students for Olympiads. Olympiad gold medal in physics, Dhruv, you would have seen me talking about him. Chandan sir trained him. So in the batch, this is a golden opportunity. Tamil students and we are capable of getting a good rank. Many students are there, I know that. And we want you to be utilizers of this batch because this is made for you with love. So that's detailed from the man himself we'll get to know. So because let's say a student is there in Tamil Nadu and he's in an institute and he's scoring about 200 in mains. And let's say he wants to prepare for IIT because 200 in mains is a good score, 98-99%.
Yes.
Now he's aiming for IIT. And what should be the pathway? Because mains to JEE Advanced is a big jump.
Yes.
And I remember even in my time, people used to write AITS mains, but they'll skip advance.
Yes.
Because they have that fear of the jump. So how do we help these students reach JEE Advanced level and get them a seat in IIT Madras or IIT Bombay or whatever?
So sir, I think a very important aspect is to realize that what is the time frame available for the student to actually prepare for JEE Advanced, because to many students it appears that it is an exam which is quite distant in time as of now, because it is going to happen in the month of May. So students think that they still have 6 to 7 months ahead of them, it's that distant, but actually it is not, because if we think about all the events that will transpire in a student's life during these months, then the student virtually have no time to dedicate to JEE Advanced, and therefore it becomes important to identify the window where the student can dedicate themselves for JEE Advanced. So from now onwards, the student will be focusing upon their practicals, their board exams, then JEE main attempts first, then board exams again, first it was pre-board, then it is actual board exam, and then JEE main 2. And by this time, we reach mid-April. And now only 40 days are remaining, and suddenly the student feels that, oh, I did not prepare for JEE Advanced. And by that time, the most important thing is that the confidence is lost, because suddenly 40 days start seeming too less to do anything, because that is the period when we start testing the student.
Correct.
Right? That is the period when the students should start writing full syllabus JEE Advanced pattern test. So it is important to identify that when can the student actually dedicate themselves to preparation of JEE Advanced, and then the student needs guidance. Okay, as simple realization as this, that the time is not actually 6 to 7 months. The student literally have two windows of 15 to 20 days each where they can dedicate to JEE Advanced. Otherwise, at all other times, they need to prepare for JEE Advanced as well as JEE Main. They need to ensure that their preparation goes hand in hand for the 2 exams. Okay, so a simple realization like this may require some kind of explanation. So the student need a guide, a mentor who can highlight these things, and then who can prepare the entire journey for the student, who can provide the right content, provide the right kind of teachers, and that's what Eklavya batch is. So
absolutely. So as a student, Vikas sir, you don't have a lot of time right now in mind. Absolutely true. We think that we have 6-7 months, but it's not so. So you need to have a direction, a plan, because JEE Advanced is so vast. It's even more than mains, I would say. So in that case, you don't know where to start, what to focus on, what topics to focus, because JEE Advanced is not as predictable as mains.
No.
So
Certainly.
you can focus on mains, high weightage topics. You can't do that for advanced.
So
that doesn't work.
Yeah. So coming to your question, that the students who are scoring more than 200 marks, what they should target right now. So first of all, if you are scoring 200 above right now, then you are certainly the right candidate for JEE Advanced. So first of all, don't aim only for JEE Main. Like, don't underestimate yourself. That is the first thing that I want to tell you, that you are the right one. And I know that I can send all such students to IITs. They just need to follow me. They just follow the. When I say me, I mean my team, my program, the Eklavya program. You have been so sir has been the initiator of the program. He was the first person in the Eklavya program, and I was the second one. So in 2019, sir was the one who initiated this program, and then I joined Vedantu. Then we prepared 2019 kids to 2020 kids. We will talk about them in a short while. Yeah. So the point is that you are definitely there. You can go to the IITs, and you need to develop that mindset that I am going to prepare for IIT and not for NIT only. And the first thing that you have to do is to ensure that you get a very good percentile in JEE Main 1, so that you can remove the obligation of appearing in JEE Main 2. Correct. Okay, so after you score a decent enough percentile in JEE Main, you become sure of two things. One thing is that you become confident that you are going to IIT, and therefore the JEE Main 1 percentile, even that percentile becomes only a qualification exam, eligibility exam for you, because you are not going for an NIT seat. So it doesn't matter that whether you scored really a 98 or a 99, because you are not going to use it to secure a seat. You are going to use your JEE Advanced rank to secure a seat in the college. And secondly, because now the fear is gone, you know that you have secured a very good percentile. You can dedicate yourself to JEE Advanced preparation, thereby increasing that time window where you devote yourself to JEE Advanced study. So I think as of now, the students who are scoring more than 200, for them the most important thing is to first to flip that mental switch where they keep on thinking about mains and don't think about advanced. Don't do that. JEE Advanced is your cup of tea. You are meant to be in IIT. It is you who can become the blocker in that. Otherwise, you are going to IIT.
Absolutely. Okay. So because of my mains, if you're already scoring around 200, it's better to directly focus on advanced. Mains is a very blocker. And second attempt வந்து சும்மா ஒரு attempt தான் கொடுக்க போறோம். First attempt you all should get a 98, 99 percentile and focus on advanced, because if you are scoring 200, you are definitely a candidate to be in IITs. So don't spend too much of your time on JEE Mains. One more important thing which I wanted to ask was, some students, right, they score good percentile in mains, but they don't even clear advanced. Some people score less in mains and they are good at advanced.
Okay.
So how do we answer that? Like, that is actually a tricky part. Right?
Yeah, that's not a coincidence, and that's there is a science to it. Why all this happens? So if you see all the JEE Advanced toppers, like under 50 ranks, if you will check their JEE Main ranks, mostly they are above hundreds. Okay, and the students who are scoring under 100 rank in JEE Main, they usually end up scoring somewhere more than 200 to 300 rank in JEE Advanced. Okay. The reason is that the preparation for JEE Main and JEE Advanced is different. It is fundamentally different. Okay, the people who prepare for JEE Advanced, they keep on focusing on the depth. And during the exam also, during JEE Main exam also, there are many questions which are loosely framed, which, the maker of the question did not realize that the language that the maker has used opens the door for 3 or more possibilities, or few more possibilities. Now the students who are preparing for advanced, they get stuck in those possibilities. They start thinking about, okay, what if this happens? What if that happens? But a JEE Main exam requires more of a direct approach. Like, whatever is the most obvious possibility, go ahead with that. Okay. Most likely that is what is going to happen. So I think it is at such questions, ambiguous questions, fact-based questions, where the JEE Advanced aspirant, they lose the edge. And moreover, there is one more thing. Like, we have 20 shifts, and for every shift there would be a person getting 100% time. So a person who is very well in JEE Advanced, who has prepared very well for that, he get one question wrong. There are 20 students who are above that person now, because there would be many students who would be getting a very high percentile because of so many shifts. Okay, so I think that is the reason. That is one of the reasons that people who score very good in JEE Advanced, they don't really do well in JEE. The nature of preparation is different. The mindset is different. The way of solving the paper or attacking the question paper is also a bit different. JEE Advanced students, they keep on doing things until they are satisfied, whereas JEE Main requires a bit of ignoring few, shortcomings of the question and just to get the right answer.
Superficial,
Yeah. It's like you're staying on the surface, but JEE Advanced is like going deep. So
awesome. That's the right way to put it. So, Eklavya batch, like you said, started in 2019, and I was also there. It was a very nice time. So, back then we used to call students to Bangalore. So we had 5 students. They came to Bangalore, and teachers and students were basically living together.
yes.
Like we were living with the students and teaching them.
So let me flip the question. Let me become the interviewer for some time. So you tell me in 2019, do you remember the times when you were in the office and were you teaching only maths to the student, or were you teaching something else also? Something else?
So I was a math teacher, but I was helping students with inorganic chemistry. So inorganic chemistry, I was just supposed to ask questions, and these guys liked it. So there were some 5-6 students who enjoyed it. They were like, sir, ask us questions from this chapter. So I used to stay with them till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night, ask them questions and go with them to the hostel. So it was such a nice time, I would say. Now I want to know how it has changed, because now we do it online, right? And Eklavya is now such a big brand, and people from all over the country, from different institutes, toppers, they come and want to be trained under the best teachers like Vikas sir, Chandan sir, Surendra sir. So what have we changed and how have we modified our training to be so robust?
So, sir, in 2019 when we started, at that time the idea was that only we had 5-6 students studying here in Bangalore offline mode with us, and we had a group of 50 students. They were the online batch. We used to have afternoon session, 3-hour session where we used to discuss the questions. So total of 50 to 60 students were part of Eklavya that year. The next year also the aim was similar. Like the mindset was that only. Like those significant change was there. I think he was still involved because Akshat was there.
Correct.
Akshat and Shobit there, but was still there. So into 2020, but again the idea was that only that we'll call some students here offline and we'll train them. But COVID broke out during that period, so we were forced to go online, and then we realized that actually, like here when the students were with us, we were able to spend 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours with the student. We were doubtful whether we'll be able to do that in the online mode or not, but we discovered actually that it's actually more suitable thing, because with offline mode there is always a point that the teacher has to go home in the night and there is travel times which are involved. But with online mode, it was very easy for us to spend 8 or 9 hours with the student. Like the laptop was always on, a Gmeet was always on, the student was always there. They could just ping, they can call and say, sir, I want help in this, and we can just go and sit in front of the laptop and we can help the student. So it was like a teacher available at call. But this facility was given to some student, like to the students who were exceptional enough that if we put them in batch and if we asked them to attend classes in the batch, then they were getting slowed down. Because the other students were asking, let's say 10 doubt, and they only had 3 doubt. So we had to separate those students, and then we took this. So this is how it started, and then we realized that maybe we can make it a bit more grand. Like next year 2021, we decided that we are going to expand Eklavya to majority, to masses. Earlier we were filtering the student and we were taking in. So in 2021, it was the first time when we decided that we are going to enroll more than 3,000 students in the batch.
Wow.
We did that, and that year we got 1,500 selections. So since then we have actually the program got modified to cater to the masses as well as the toppers alike. It is like it's like an assembly line now. Where the student who barely can crack JEE Main, they enter. We first make them good enough to crack JEE Main. Then we make them good enough to score higher percentile in JEE Main, and then we make them good enough to book a seat in IIT. And those who are at the level where they can book a seat in IIT, ensure that they go to a top 100 kind of rank. And so it's like this program has been modified to ensure that irrespective of which level of student is joining us, the student is getting benefited. So we have, and that's happened because we have increased the duration of the course also. Initially, it was a 3 or 4 month course. We started it after first attempt of JEE Main. Like the student used to give their board exam and then they used to come to us. Till that time, we were just teaching them online only. So it was a 3 or 4 month period. Then we made it a 6 month period. We started in December. Because we wanted to do more things. We wanted to add that element where we are training the student for even the first attempt of JEE Main. And then we received feedback that if we have got the Eklavya teachers sooner, we would have probably got even better ranks. So we made it a 10 month long program now.
Awesome.
So that how it's from 3 months to 10 months it has become. And therefore, we are able to do all that I mentioned, that we are able to gradually improve the student, and so a continuous improvement happens in this program.
So whenever they say online, now Eklavya is online perfectly, and the reason being, good teachers, the best teachers you get at sitting at your home.
Yeah.
But many parents are skeptical. Like, are they really doing it online? Can we produce all India top rank? And I know the story of Daksh. That's why I'm coming to. So Daksh was all India rank 15. All India rank 15 in JEE Advanced. He got full in maths.
General category,
yeah. And he studied fully online. So, because of what was his parents' mindset? How did they trust? Why were they okay with online? And he was in Bangalore. Trust me, in Bangalore there are so many institutes, so many options, the best of the best. But Daksh chose Vedantu,
yes,
and he stuck to it for 3 years, right?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought 3 great. 4 years then. What was his thought process? How were his parents okay with it? Because the same thought process might be going on with students in Tamil Nadu also.
Yes. So it's actually a very good question. I'm really grateful to Daksh's parent who chose not to go with the flow. Okay. They they observed the pros and cons of joining Vedantu and not joining Vedantu. They decided the pros are more. It's more in favor, and then they took an objective call. They, instead of saying that all my colleagues, friends, all my colleagues, sons and daughters, they are going to offline or to a specific brand, they said that no, I see the merit here. We have tried it for 8-9 months with Vedantu, and we felt that everything is good, everything looks good. Okay, we met them, and they were like, the Daksh is very happy here, and everything is going fine. And we see that the trajectory on which Daksh is present right now, we see that he will score very good, a top rank. So they were quite objective. I think the fact that Daksh's father is from IIT background, I think that helped to take that call. That he was bold enough to take that call. Yeah. Yes, that the benefits that he saw in the 8-9 months initially that Daksh studied here, he was able to probably foresee that that the same benefit when extended to 3 years, it will actually become good. It will create a good amount of difference between those who are going offline, and because he's studying online, he's saving a lot of time. He's saving a lot of exertion also. Like traveling creates fatigue in the student. So he was able to make that objective decision, and the result came. So,
but looking at all this, see, you said he joined us at 9th, right? So, do we have any such programs where students who are in 9th in Tamil Nadu can also at least give it a shot? Like, let's say Eklavya is selecting such brainy students and training them for Olympiads, because Daksh was a gold medalist in Olympiad.
He won a gold medal in astronomy. Yes.
International gold medalist. Okay, that's crazy. But he started studying in Vedantu 9th standard, right?
Yes, and in his 12th year, he also cracked all the other Indian national Olympiads. Like physics also he cracked, chemistry also he cracked. Astronomy he didn't need to because he was a gold medalist, so he didn't need to do that. So I think 3 Olympiads he cracked. So
very nice. Yeah.
So coming to your question, that 9th or 10th graders, do we have something in Vedantu to help the toppers of 9th?
Yeah, like let's say exceptionally talented students who are looking out for guidance.
We have batches. We have 4-year programs, 5-year programs, which specifically cater to Olympiads plus JEE or Olympiads plus NEET, depending upon the students.
And there are a group of students that all day.
The batches that I'm talking about, we call them as the RM batch. Daksh was part of RM batch. Eklavya is the final leg of the preparation. The last year of the preparation is Eklavya, but the 3-year long batch, we call it as RM batch. And before RM, we have batches where we prepare students for Maths Olympiad, and we have batches where we prepare students for Junior Science Olympiad. So it's like a 5-year journey, 4-year journey. All these batches, they are catered to by the best teachers that Vedantu have, and all these batches,
best teachers in the country.
I can say that. I have been to many offline institutes. I've worked with many teachers. I can safely vouch that we have the best here. In terms of intent also, in terms of doing the good for the student, and also in terms of capabilities. So we have programs like this, the JSO program, the Math Olympiad program, we have the 3-year long program RM, and all these batches that I'm talking about, they are non-business batches. Like these teams or these batches, they don't have any revenue commitment. So basically fees is never a bar that can stop the student from
graduating. It's only by merit.
It's only by merit, and when I say only by merit, it also means that anyone who says that, okay, I'm ready to pay the full fee, but let me join this batch, no, you are not
You're not
allowed.
allowed.
You need to deserve that badge to be a part of that. So
Next level. So you have to earn your place in the batch.
yes,
But the doors are open. Like anybody
open to
can.
all, everyone. We welcome the kids. We want the kids to study with us. Like the more kids we get, the better it is
So
for
the
us.
reason I'm asking is, see, there are many talented geniuses in 9th and 10th also who don't have the right guidance,
Yes.
or maybe they don't have the correct peer group.
Yes.
Because that matters a lot, no? Because if you're doing it alone, your motivation might,
Yes.
fade off with time.
In fact, in grade 10, like with grade 9 and grade 10 students, we peer group is so important that we do an activity which we call as Vedantu Physics Olympiad and Vedantu Math Olympiad,
Okay.
Vedantu Chemistry Olympiad. So what we do as an actual Olympiad, you have to work in teams. Okay, like so we create teams of students, and then we give them a question paper. We give them 3-day time. They are free to search the internet. They are free to search the books. They have to submit the solution of those questions as a team. So the student also learns like it may happen that we are in a team. You make a solution, I make a solution, but our team can submit only one solution. Then we have to debate that whose solution should go. Okay, so it also teaches the student to the life skills that they need to excel in later in their life in professional environment. So the peer group is very important, and that plays a significant role, especially when it comes to Olympiads. Okay, because that can get boring, and also when the student prepare for Olympiad, when the student sees the competition, it motivates those students. Like those are the kind of student who gets motivated when they see the competition. So peer group is very important. And you rightly said that if the peer group is not right at 9th and 10th, the student may not have the motivation to participate in these exams.
True. Now we spoke a lot about 9th and 10th. Now coming back to 11th and 12th, let's say JEE aspirant, dropper, or a 12th stand student who's giving this year, and now he's interested to know more about the Eklavya batch, and mainly the toppers especially, they want to test with the best of the country. And every year in Vedantu we produce top 100, and this year also we have good students. So they want to try to know where they stand with our Eklavya batch students. So when they get into the batch, do we have test series where ranks are given?
Yes, sir. In fact, I'll tell you, from January onwards, we will have full syllabus test series. Every student in Vedantu, every student, whether it's online, offline, whichever batch, they will be writing
All toppers,
everyone, all the toppers also. They will write the same test series. So all the Eklavya students will write the same test series. We'll generate their ranks. Okay, and this is for JEE Main. Later for JEE Advanced, when we will conduct the test and when we will publish the result, we will include the result of not only the current Eklavya students, but the past Eklavya students.
Wow.
The students, and when we publish the result, we tell them that this is the student who scored so and so marks in this test, and he scored so and so rank in actual JEE Advanced exam. So, for example, if I scored, let's say, 120 marks in a test, and I'm seeing that Daksh scored, let's say, 125 marks in that test, then I know that I'm among the toppers.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that. So we compare the marks of current students with our previous year students. Along with we provide their rank in JEE Advanced to the student as well. So
amazing. Sir, this is very nice. So students, I hope you listen to what sir said. So பசங்களா சார் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, எங்களோட ஏக்லவ்யா டெஸ்ட் வந்து கடைசியில் அட்வான்ஸ்க்கு வந்து we have a fixed test. போன வருஷம் அது முந்தின வருஷம் எழுதின டாப்பர்ஸ் அவங்கலாம் இப்போ IITs போயிட்டாங்க. டாப் IITs, பாம்பே, டெல்லி and all that. So we have their test score. நாங்கள் வச்ச டெஸ்ட்டில் அவங்க எவ்வளோ எடுத்தாங்க, அவங்களோட அட்வான்ஸ் ரேங்க்கும் தெரியும். ஸோ அதே டெஸ்ட் உங்களுக்கு வைக்கிறப்போ உங்களோட பேட்ச்ல இருக்க ரேங்கிங் போட்டு மற்ற போன வருஷம் எழுதின பசங்க அவங்களோட ரேங்கிங்கும் காமிச்சு சொல்ல போகிறோம். ஸோ தட் உனக்கு கிளீனாக தெரிஞ்சிடும் நீ எங்கே நிற்கிற, நீ என்ன ரேங்க் நோக்கி போயிட்டு இருக்க. அது வந்து இட்ஸ் அ கிரேசி குட் ஃபீச்சர். ஐ எம் சூப்பர் எக்ஸைட்டட் சார். திஸ் இஸ் அமேசிங் சார். பேக் இன் 2019 we were having good material. I remember those questions were super difficult that even teachers had to prepare quite hard and then only go to the exam. So module 1 and module 2, right?
Yes.
So now it has become only one book.
Rank Accelerator.
Yeah, Rank Accelerator. So is that book enough for JEE preparation, or what else? What are the other materials do we give in the batch?
Okay.
So that we'll improve their level to advance.
So let me first tell you what happened to those two books that we used with the 2019 batch. So except the COVID years when the exam got really postponed, okay, we did not have enough time with the student to cover both the modules. We saw that the students are not able to attempt both the modules. Even if we are okay, we assign the student the task of solving both, they were running out of time. Okay, so what we did, we merged those two modules, and then we saw that which kind of question is getting repeated. So we removed those questions so that the volume of question reduces, but we don't lose on the variety of the question. Okay, and then we, when this version was ready, then we cross-checked that if there is any important application of a concept that is missing from this list, from this thing. So we added that thing, whatever was important and it was still not part of this. Okay, we made detailed topic trees that in this chapter, so and so topics are there, and those topics were bifurcated into subtopics, subtopics. So we went down through 3 or 4 levels of bifurcation. Then we identified each concept. We identified application of each concept, and we saw that whether every concept is getting covered in that module or not. And then we also mentioned that, okay, this question involves 3 concepts, like, it is involving, let's say, the velocity of image of ray optics, it is involving laws of motion. So we mentioned the topics, the concepts that are being used in a question to ensure that we are not missing out on anything. Okay, so this is our rank accelerator module. So module 1 and 2 has transformed into the rank accelerator module. And then what we also did, corresponding to every concept that we made in the topic tree, we created dedicated assignments for that specific concept.
Okay,
we call them as surgical strike assignments. So nice. The idea is that suppose you are doing a question on LNM, Newton's laws of motion, in which there is a part where you have to find the constraint relationship appropriately, and then you have to make the free body diagrams, and then you have to write the equation and solve them. Now, if a student is struggling with constraint motion, this student cannot finish the question. He can't get to the final answer because he is lacking his depth in constraint motion. Although he may be very good in making the FPDs, in framing the equation and solving the question, but he's not good in constraint, and therefore he will not be able to finish the question. So I don't have to train the student on such 10 questions. I need to train the student on 10 questions on constraints only. Yeah. Okay, so why to waste time by giving questions that will take 10 minutes if I give them similar questions? I will only give the student questions where the constraint relationship has been asked. So in a 2 or 3 minute question, 10 questions of 2 to 3 minutes, 30 minutes, the student will be well versed with this topic. So we created surgical strike assignments with this aim that if a student realizes that this is my weakness, then there is an assignment on your weak area. The student can find that assignment. The student can, we share the entire list of assignments with the student, the entire repository shared with the student.
They can figure out and write.
Yeah. We provide the tools to search, there are keywords, you can just put a control F, you can search that, wedge constraints. So the assignment will appear. Then the student can open solve it and they can move on. So these two tools, surgical strike assignment and rank accelerator module, they are they implement the philosophy of discovery and elimination.
Okay.
So rank accelerator module, when the student solves it, they discover that what they don't know because they get stuck in the question. And once you know that what you don't know, you can then use the surgical strike assignment to eliminate your weakness.
Yeah. Yes. And also I heard there's new theme of test called thematic test.
Yeah. So it's like once the full syllabus tests start in Eklavya, it's like a cat and mouse game that I like to play with the student, where I try to surprise them in every test with some kind of novelty. Like sometimes the theme of the timing would be different. It would be 3 hours. There would be a twist to it. Okay. Sometimes I will make papers in which 60% of the question will be extremely easy, but the remaining 40 will be undoable. The students can't do that. Okay. It is for the student to realize that this paper has both kind of questions, easily doable and not doable. And once they realize it, the question is how soon the student realizes it. And once the student realizes, then they have to search for the easy one and then they have to do it. So in such a paper, if a student scores 55%, then that is an extremely good score. That's like a topper score because 40% was not doable. Out of 60% that was doable, if someone is able to find almost 55% of the question and do them correctly, then that would be a person whose exam temperament would be fabulous, like supremely great exam temperament, that he realized it and then he found the question and then he did it correctly also. So this is one theme that we have multiple other themes which I can't reveal right now. Otherwise, there will be the element of surprise.
Different themes like test upanga Eklavya batch advanced. So they didn't select test ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் பயங்கர டஃபாக இருக்கும், இல்லைன்னா கொஞ்சம் பேப்பர் ஈஸியாக இருக்கும், கொஞ்சம் பேப்பர் பயங்கர டஃபாக தொடக்கூட முடியாது, ஈவன் டாப்பர்ஸ் அலையே. ஏன்னா விகாஸ் சார் சொன்னால் தொட முடியும்னா வாய்ப்பே இல்லை. ஏன்னா தே ஆல் டீச் தி ஆல் இண்டியா டாப் 10 டாப் 20 வர பசங்க. ஸோ அந்தளவுக்கு கேலிபர் உள்ள பசங்க அவங்களுக்கே டஃபாக இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி தான் தே டிசைன் பேப்பர்ஸ் விச் ஆர் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங். So I think it's a cool feature, sir. That is exciting for any student.
If you write the test, even you will like so in one test we reveal the rules 5 minutes before. Like if the paper is starting at 9 a.m., then the rules are revealed at 8:55. I announced it in the Telegram channel that for this test, so I'll let the student know that at 8:55 check the rule. One rule will be released, and then I release it because I don't want the student to give them the time to react. They have to act on the spot. I don't want to give them the right to discuss among themselves. So they have to figure out a strategy. And many times the students figure out the wrong strategy, only to discover later on that, oh, we figured it wrong. So, alternate thing would have been a better thing to do.
That is good. At least they'll get to learn it, no? Because IIT advanced papers are all unpredictable. And every year online IIT conducts.
So that's the whole idea. That the student get used to seeing the paper pattern should not surprise them. The difficulty level should not surprise them. Okay, so we try to create all the environments, all the simulations where and the actual paper doesn't surprise the student, like with that mindset.
So one more thing is when I was in Eklavya batch, I used to enjoy the discussion with students because as a teacher I'll go with one solution or maybe two solutions, and I'll be surprised these Eklavya batch guys, toppers, they always come with some unique solution.
Yes.
They won't even take pen or something. They'll think out of the box and they'll say, "Sir, why can't you do this?"
Yes.
And it turns out correct. You will think, "Why didn't I think that?" Right? So such discussions is it going to happen? Is it happening now also in these batches? And test whatever thematic tests and whatever conditions you're applying. Will you later in the discussion explain to the students? You should have done this. Are the discussions very detailed or is it just PDF?
No. Whatever test we conduct. Usually the written solutions are there in the test itself. Then we have discussion sessions also. Like if I talk about the JEE main full syllabus test, we will record video solutions. The window of discussion will still be there because we create Telegram groups with Eklavya students where teachers are also present and they can post their group in doubt in Telegram and we respond to it. Okay, if there is a need, we conduct one-to-one GMIT session also. Like many times the student has posted a question and it's more difficult for me or it's more boring for me to write the solution. I will just send a Google Meet link to the student and you come online and I will explain it to you. Because writing the detailed explanation will take a lot of time. Rather explaining it online will probably take less time. So for JEE main full syllabus test, we will provide the video solutions. Okay. For JEE advanced test, live discussions will happen where we discuss with the student. Like we debate with the student that why did you do this and what would have been a better solution. So like that.
Also, I think we have covered almost every point. So I hope the students got to know a glimpse of what Eklavya is, what we do, and how we are able to get such ranks. Because everybody has a question, and many people think that students are from different institutes. No? They think, okay, maybe it's coming from somewhere else. Now they know the depth. Okay, and that's why I spoke about Daksh. Daksh was a sole Vedantu student.
Yes,
exclusively studied with Vedantu from 9th standard. And his father was from IIT Bombay. I met him in the function, VAL function. He was a very nice person. So he was a very systematic thinker and
very organized.
Glad that he chose to be with us.
I think sir, in Eklavya the philosophy is very simple. That the limit of student's performance will be decided by the student. Like if a student needs better support from teacher, we will provide that. If he still needs better support, we will provide that. Like when the student starts growing up, the marks start improving, our attention on the student, it increases. And so what happens is that if I joined a batch and somehow like I grew more than the batch, somehow.
Then we'll also raise the bar.
Yes, so we'll pull that student out, we'll put him another group of students with similar level. And if they're also, he's leaving the others behind, we'll again pull him out and we'll put him.
That is the crux of Eklavya. And trust me guys, I've been in the batch. It is exactly what Vikas has said. So there's no stopping you. You need to rise. Like it can't be like we are teaching at a higher level than what you are. Then it won't be fun. It is exciting and encouraging for you when you raise the bar. Let's say we keep a test at level and you surpass our expectation. Then we'll keep it even tougher. We'll call you higher. So you will always be excited and hungry for more. If that is your attitude, then I think there's no stopping. All India Rank 1 is probably the limit for you. So all the very best. I hope this session was helpful. And if you have any more questions, students, if you have doubt, comments la solunga. We will try to reply to all your questions. And yes, because I think the batch is still ongoing, right? There's a new entry point also coming up.
Yes.
And if students are interested, you can join the Eklavya batch. I'll put up the link in the description. And after mains also, there's an opportunity, there's a chance to join through your percentile. If you score a good percentile, you want to prepare with the Eklavya for advance, even then there is a door for you to enter into.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the best. Thank you, Vikas sir, for coming here.
Thank you, sir.
It was very nice. And I'm glad Tamil students are getting such expert advice. And I know the quality and the level, and it's going to be life-changing for some of them.
That I promise. Any student who joins Eklavya, I promise that you will not feel that the batch let you down. Okay, there are students who later on feel that I should have devoted more time to Eklavya and maybe I would have been in a better position. But you will never say that I could not score better because I was part of Eklavya. That in 6-7 years of Eklavya, I have never seen a student saying that. So that is something that I can promise.
Many of my students are also there in the batch, VDL batch students. They're all like super excited.
Right now, also there are many students who are joining. VDL students only.
They are like super excited. I hope they keep up with the pace because now the assignment first phase though is okay.
Yeah.
Second phase will come now.
No, second we have toned down a little bit because last year we saw now that the students they are concerned about JEE main, which is quite legitimate concern. So we are now actually targeting JEE main first, like January 10th. We are preparing the student dedicatedly for it. So we have framed the assignment which will take care of both, which will cover the breadth also and the depth also, so that the JEE Advanced is still in sight, but also we score very good in JEE Main 1.
Yeah.
And then the next phase is the rank accelerator body. So
awesome. And guys, this is the first time Eklavya team is dedicatedly training students for mains. So that is a very good thing because Eklavya batch teachers are all the super stud level teachers who train for advance. Now their expertise is coming into mains, and they have literally, gone through the entire mains pattern. And the opinion is that it is very easily trainable exam to crack, to be honest. And that's very true. I have also told this many times to you. JEE mains very pattern repetitive exam. So with the guidance of such teachers and your commitment, the assignments you should do, attend the classes, be regular to the tests. I think that's a simple ask, right? If that ask is met, I think you'll see great results. So all the best, utilize it. I hope you found it useful. Thank you.
bye students.